Welcome to Mars Unfiltered. I'm your host, Mar. I'm here with a gang of my fellas. It's Christmas, holiday edition. Got a great show. Just want to introduce everybody. To my left, I have Simeon Wilcher. To my right, I have CJ Wilcher. To my left, I have Kyle Prestige. Y'all should know that. Flea and Samir. These people are very special. These people have come into my life, meant a lot to me. So this is more than just the kids that I train or people that I train. These are family members in my eyes and how I see things. So holiday time, these two are in the middle of the season, Texas A&M, St. John's. We're gonna ask them a few questions, and obviously the rest of the fellas are here gonna chime in on their end. So first, how you guys feeling?
Good,
you guys feeling?
Good, bro. Good. Can't really complain, to be honest. Feel good to be home. Do a little break.
Facts. No cap. Facts.
Get away from the practice,
Texas.
home, game, flying, changing, shit on the ring, shit not on the fucking thing.
Word.
And not cleaning your socks.
Word up.
Shit, right?
Word up.
Bro, I just did like 3 days worth of laundry, bro. No cap. Like it took me 3 days. Do laundry, fold it, all that. So this is cool to be back home, bro, with my family. Surprise everybody too. So not everybody. Some people. Some.
Right.
My dad, Sim. No,
The people who need to know.
Yeah, you ain't need to know.
People who need to know.
Yeah.
You gonna be there. You ain't need to know.
So yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Word. So what do you guys got going on for the holidays?
Rest.
I mean, you just got back from Art Basel,
Yeah.
doing some things. Talk about that.
Art Basel was cool. It's like New York Fashion Week, but for art. It's like where all the biggest artists in the world or in the country come together. So to be out there and kind of see what I'm up against, it was interesting. But
Competition's always good.
art is so subjective.
Right.
It's like, do you really got competition?
Right. Yeah, it's really you versus you.
Yeah, like it's
really,
I've never looked at it as a form of like these people are in my industry, but I'm not really going against anybody but myself. Like
Right.
I don't know. I go out there and see the type of stuff that's selling and how much it's selling for, and I'm like, yo, all of this stuff is really what you make it.
Right.
So, but it was cool though. I'm just glad to be able to rest. If y'all know me, I'm always doing something. So for me to do nothing for a good amount of time is beautiful.
I don't believe you because you say you rest and then the next thing you talking about, y'all gotta go here, gotta go shoot.
Nah, I'm for real.
I've never really heard you really stay true to a rest. Yo, as soon as I'm done this, I ain't doing shit. Next week, yo, Mark, can I get the camera? I gotta go. Flea, what you got going on? What you got going on for the holidays?
Nothing much, man. Just taking in a lot of basketball, just watching stuff. You know, March Madness getting ready to come. Conference play right now. But just shorter days, longer nights. I like Christmas, so I'm happy right now. I can't complain. Things is good.
Good. Man, what's up with you?
Same stuff, different day, man.
Yeah.
Just enjoying you guys being home and just family stuff.
Yeah.
Watching sports.
Yeah.
I'm still working, so
Shit don't really change.
I got Christmas off and then I'm right back to work.
Right back. Yeah, that's that grown man shit. Yeah, gotta get to it. Gotta get to
Living
it.
vicariously through y'all.
Yeah,
I ain't got no more games left on my schedule.
I mean, me and Kyle, we in the middle of a playoff run right now in our men's league. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you know,
quarterfinals now.
we in first
semifinals.
We in first place. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the gang. You know what I mean? We got a couple new dudes who came to help things out because I can't handle it for.
So y'all don't even need me then if y'all in
minutes,
first
you know
place.
what
Then
I'm
that's
saying?
what that
That's
sounds
what I'm
like.
saying.
That's
He
what it
was
sounds like.
like,
You need
it's
to
playoff time.
I'm
hurting
hurt. I'm hurt.
I ain't gonna lie,
I was gonna
bro.
say.
I'm hurt.
Everything is locked in already.
Yeah.
Rotations.
Yeah. We having fun. Listen,
We
man.
having a lot of fun.
Yeah, you know,
it's my own team.
it's interesting though, cause I have been talking to Flea about this, you know, during the springtime when we was in the gym. Shout out to Zay. We was in the gym and we was talking about that, and I said, you know, I really want to get back to playing basketball. I haven't really played competitively in a while, and for me mentally, basketball's always been a safe haven for me, and just even a pure competition to getting runs in. And I noticed that I was unbalanced, you know what I'm saying, and searching for things. And as I'm trying to build these businesses and run and learn, I needed an outlet, and getting the opportunity to play just kind of made me feel good again, made me feel like and I had some shitty ass games, but I still at the same time that I had the shitty games, I still felt good that I got up and down, I competed, those things, and been fortunate to have a couple good games, so that made me feel good, you know what I'm saying, and I anticipate in the spring and hopefully in the summertime playing a little bit more competitively, you know what I mean, so. Basketball is life for real, man. It's really a beautiful thing, especially at this point where, unlike these dudes, I don't got no pressure. So, you know what I mean? I'm just really like a kid having fun. You know what I mean?
And you could tell, like, just when we out there, it's just like nobody really putting too much.
We
just all just want to hoop.
You like, yo, my bad, I missed the shot. Ain't nobody tripping. Go ahead, shoot it, man.
I feel like the only
go
game,
1-on-5.
The only game we really like locked in on was when we had to play and do some Westfield again.
That blue team. That was
the only one we had to like really lock in. Because we was down.
Yeah, we walked them down though. We spotted them 16, walked them boys down.
That's
It
a
was
good
tight.
one, man. That's a good one.
It's a good win, man. So, real quick, man, is there anything that you guys want at this time of year that you want to ask of anybody or even ask of yourselves? For me, I'll start first. It's gonna be a great opportunity for me to go and chill with my girlfriend's family in Boston. They're super dope, great people. This will be my first time that I haven't really been around my family during that time of year, so I'm actually kind of excited about that, and just being able to bring some joy to them and change their dynamic of how they do Christmas with me being around. So I didn't really want anything, I just wanted love, you know what I'm saying, and just being around the people with good experiences, you know what I'm saying?
CJ, you got it.
Go ahead. Whichever one.
Got it.
I kind of got to experience that yesterday. I surprised everybody, but I surprised my girl too. And her mom knew. Her mom helped me surprise her and stuff. And then came back home, whatever. But I was able to spend time with her tita. She's Filipino, so her aunt, her little cousins, and her aunt's boyfriend.
Badass kids.
No. One's in college. One's high school, and the other one's I think Soleil's 3 or 4 or something like that.
Wow.
So she's about to turn 4. I think she's 3. She's about to turn 4.
Wow.
And they super close to Kai. And I also had never been able to they had a little Christmas little party situation or whatever, or like sleepover or whatever. So I was able to be a part of that for the first time, and me and her would be together 4 years and 2 days. So yeah.
Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Kaya, man. Congratulations. What you got going on?
Wow. I mean, I'm just, like I said earlier, I'm just happy to be home, man. Don't really want for anything. Just been able to kick it with everybody, especially because I'm not far, but it is a little out the way.
Oh, you out the way.
It just
I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to be an hour and a half away though.
That hour and a half.
Hey, Fleet, tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him when you get on that train. That's a different experience. That's an all-day journey.
That's a little bit out the way.
That train is OC though.
This be back home. That's why I said you gotta. It's a whole day.
Yeah.
But that drive though smooth.
If you go at the right time.
Word.
If you go at the wrong time.
Facts. It's great.
Yeah. Kyle, Flea, Simeon, whatever y'all want. What do y'all want for Christmas? What do y'all want at this time of year?
I didn't even put a Christmas list together. I was like, if you're gonna get me something, just let it be something thoughtful. Or something that I'm gonna use all the time. I feel like the best gifts are things that help us go after what it is we want to easier. So anything that makes that process. But outside of material things, I'm good, bro. Family healthy, accomplished everything I wanted to this year. I'm not even trying to look at next year yet. I'm really just trying to enjoy and reflect on everything that's happened this year.
Blessing, man. The event you did in New York was crazy.
Appreciate it.
Definitely crazy.
Long time coming.
Yeah.
For me, probably same thing. Not really me really wanting anything per se. But I feel like there is a need just for me in my personal life just to focus more. and focus more on the important things. So I'll probably just say that, just from a personal standpoint. But as far as me wanting anything, not really. Like, I'm around love, everything's good. As long as everybody around.
Just leave it up there. You
Word.
take care of it.
Always trust them with all your heart, man. So, see?
I want to read and write more.
Mm.
Yeah. I want to write a book.
We
So,
talked about that
Okay.
for sure.
yeah.
About what? About your life?
No, just stuff I learned the past 4.5 years in college.
That's
Just
fine.
about like emotional. and
So like your
mental stuff,
college
yeah.
experience, that's dope.
Not necessarily I mean, yeah, but through a specific lens though. You know what I'm saying? Just
that's
like narrow it down.
A period of time.
But not necessarily just a period of time. I mean, obviously it's a period of time in my college time, but like I wanted to focus on like a lot of the personal dealings that I dealt with. I feel like resonate and help a lot of people. So
Have you thought about a title yet for that book?
yeah, I've actually like started like writing down some
Okay.
outline ideas and stuff.
Fine.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Jump in there. Y'all go. What we want to do?
For me, I feel like the main thing I want to improve on is discipline. Like, I get a lot of stuff done, but I'm like doing so many different things that it's hard to stay focused and remain focused on the things that matter. So that's number one, is just that discipline and that schedule. Because being your own boss and
Absolutely.
it's difficult.
Yeah,
But,
people say it all the time. Oh, I wish I had all the time.
Yeah.
Like idle time. That's the worst thing. as a
Yeah,
business
like once I
owner.
finished doing everything like for the art show and whatnot, I got back home. I'm like, all right, I ate breakfast, I let the dogs out.
Mhm.
Now I got 10 hours left in the day. Like, what am I supposed to do
You
now?
gotta feel it. You gotta
Yeah.
feel it. You gotta
Yeah.
feel it.
So that's why I was just, hooping more, focusing more on just like my physical health. That's the second thing. It's just like, just want to be the best physically. Like, when we're at that age now,
Mhm.
between, we in our 20s, you got to take care of our bodies and
You hear that?
eat right.
I knew one of y'all was gonna say something. Talking about you
We're at the age now. You see a 50-year-old say that. I mean, you're right. It's always
Young-
age.
young old soul, I see
You're
young
right,
old
but it's
G.
funny as hell to hear you But say like that.
Young
At
old
this
G,
age,
like,
it's like
yeah.
if you're not on your P's and your Q's with your health now,
It get
it's
ugly.
like-
It get
Facts,
ugly.
facts,
It get ugly.
facts,
Yeah, for sure.
It's
For
just
sure.
2, 3. Not even. I don't want to say selfishness, but just like I've been so community oriented for so long, just making sure I'm telling everybody else's stories, creating experiences based on everybody else's stuff and capturing everybody else's moments. But I feel like now, at this time, like in my career and the things that I want to do and accomplish, I really just got to focus on myself first. And I think it was important to have that foundation of community and authenticity and people knowing what I stand for, because without that, like if I just focused on myself the last 10 years, I probably wouldn't be
Wouldn't
sitting here
have
with
all
y'all,
this.
you know what I
Word,
mean?
word.
But now that I have that foundation of just that community, it's gonna be a lot easier for me to blossom on my own and launch everything while everybody else is kind of coming up together.
Word.
So yeah, man, that's what 2025 looks like for me. Just staying dialed in
Word.
and expanding.
Word.
I probably got one thing, but I think it's probably the main thing, like keeping the main thing. But probably for me is maybe just trying more, but caring less. Specifically about like the results, what other people do. Just like again, like just get up and do action over everything. So for me personally, just trying more in all walks of life, like going to the gym,
Taking more risks.
exactly, taking accountability, just everything. So just try to be more proactive and do. That's the main thing for me, really.
Word.
Yeah, mine's kind of like a little bit like theirs, more discipline in just everything for like
Word.
health, work, just trying to do more and be consistent.
Yeah. I mean, for me, this is a part of what I want to do in 2025. I'm starting that currently. It's time for me to tell my story. I've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes for years now. I suffered from imposter syndrome for a long time, of like not being good enough, not thinking that you're good enough, and the relationships obviously that permeate amongst these kids and kids that are much older than them, that are not playing basketball at all, that like you're at a Syracuse game and there's kids. I'm seeing you on Instagram Live, and there's another kid that I used to work with when he was in 7th grade, and now he works on Wall Street, and he's sitting 3 rows up, and he's went to Syracuse. So he's like, you know, and I say, oh, you like Chance? He's like, yeah, man, well, you know, and it's like we have these conversations, and it's like, for me, that time is going by very quickly. You know, I stopped playing basketball in 2013. You know, I decided that I wanted to move on from the physical play of basketball and go into these other ventures, and training was the first step. And it's so many stories to be told, you know, because I didn't get in the business of training players just to have NBA kids or you know what I mean, NBA players. It was really learning how to teach life through basketball, and I really appreciated that. And being able to, like, you know, what Sim was talking about, do you see your fruits of your labor? You know, when you turn on the TV and it's like, oh damn, like, you know, you're sitting in a bar and you're watching the game, and the people next to you have no clue, and you're like, yeah, let's go, and it's like they have no clue the attachment that you have to these kids, and it's time for me to do that, tell that story. I want to focus more on my ability to design, and in all aspects, not just in clothing, but furniture. I just want to expand in those spaces of design and just learning. And then my third thing would just be, I am now a leader of my family. I realize that now, and I understand what comes with that. And sometimes I've complained about that, but I realize, like, it's something that at 40, okay, you know, I have to work on my body. I have to. It's not an option, right? Because I got family that have, you know, transitioned because of various illnesses and things. So I happen to be the one that I didn't recognize this until probably Friday night. My grandmother was in the hospital, and it's like everybody's looking for what should we do? What do I do? And I'm like, yo, what do you mean? And it's like I had to step out for a second and be like, you can't complain. They see what you don't see about yourself, but you got to step into that space. You can't be scared of what that is. You know what I mean? And I appreciate my family for that, because I don't always see those characteristics of leadership within myself. That so just working on those things and maintaining who I am and my integrity. You know what I mean? I think that's very important. Obviously, we see Diddy, we see Ho, we see all of these people that, for me, you know, I really wanted to model myself at the black man, Fortune 500 company, does his own thing, you know, and you see the character of that person it changes with the videotape, right? You know, and I really am conscientious about those things, about who I'm moving with, what circle, what I do, how I do things, and I want to continue that in 2025 and keep enriching relationships. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I think to add what you said, for me personally, vulnerability. I think, and not necessarily in the sense of like being super emotional, but I think being more open to expressing myself or hearing somebody else's expressions that they have, their stories. I think that's what draws people. I feel like it's one of the things I've learned in the past couple months is that, like, being open about how you feel about things to people that whether you care about them or not, but you know what I'm saying, more specifically if you care about them and they care about you, I think being more open and vulnerable to those type of people, like, enforces better relationship. Like, it just forces that hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then also too, from the standpoint of, like, you talking about, like, you wanting to tell your story, like, that's a sense of vulnerability. Like me wanting to write a book for the reasons why, it's a sense of vulnerability and openness. And I think to your point too is like doing more and like just like getting out and doing stuff that you've never done before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's the best way to
you
experience.
feel what I'm saying?
Life,
So
like,
and that's vulnerability in itself. This whole freaking conversation is vulnerability.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
I think having conversations like this just forces growth. I feel like we already all close, but like just hearing each other say those things out loud, whether we knew it or not, you know what I'm saying, already, I think it's just...
I mean, something that resonates with me, you hitting it right in the head, it's a safe space, but like you mainly said, even this can be said with people you don't know.
Word.
Because I had this very similar experience in college that I'm grateful for. And for short, it was called MPEs, but I was a multicultural peer educator, so it was an MSO group on campus, and we got together, and it was people I knew. A couple of my roommates was in it, like me and Mara would go, and then it would be other people we didn't know, white, Latino, Indian, and we sitting there, and there was a guy who used to run it, black dude, and boom, they would put up topics on the board, and we would talk in that space like how we felt about it, this and that. So you get to see people like, oh shit,
The
this is
perspective.
what. So if your campus, I try to bring that to your campus, or even try it, fish bowls, all these type of things. But those are, I'm right with you on that. Like that's huge. I encourage you to go off for that. Vulnerability is.
Real quick, I
helps you
wanted to say too, to your point about doing things and not necessarily caring. That I mean, we have an actual commissioned artist here, and talk about vulnerability. When you put time into something and you really are, you know, like, yo, I put real time into it. It's not like I just went and did this with some paint and like, all right, yeah, it makes me feel. It's like, nah, like I really want you to feel something about what I'm doing. I know for me in the clothing space, I've tend to be more like, I'll do stuff, but not really kind of like put it out there like that. And part of that, I feel, is like I need somebody to say, you know, yo, yeah, you know, and it's like I'm at the point now where I'm like, fuck that shit, bro.
Right.
This is what I feel. This is what I want to do. Who's gonna fuck with it is gonna fuck with it. Whoever's not is not. But this is again what makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? And I encourage everybody to do that for themselves in any area that it is, as long as it ain't, you know, taking advantage of people or doing stuff like that. But you know, that's I think that's one of the things that I'm overcoming slowly is the fear of putting together work and time and then not being received a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And just taking that emotional attachment away from it, just doing it.
I was like, when I did my solo exhibition this year, it was something that I was just like so focused on for so long, and like the whole vulnerability thing, like as an artist you got to deal with that every day. Like if you want to be an authentic artist and really get the most out of your expression, you have to just put it all out there. And so like with that event that I did, the way I put the experience together with the live music and everything, like it was basically like the artwork was on the wall and whatnot. Obviously I made it, but I didn't want anybody to look at me in that moment. Like I wanted everything to just be on the art. And so when
it was an experience too.
Yeah, and when we was doing the music and everything, and I was sitting up there controlling it, I was like, yo, I don't even want to be seen right now. Like I don't like
people to focus in on.
Why are y'all looking at me? I literally got on the mic. I was like, don't look at me, bro. Don't look at everything else. You know, like nah. So that, you know, like you can have full 100% confidence and like pursuing something and acting a certain way and doing things. And you know, when it comes to reality, it's like you're always going to be scared because, you know, that's just being uncomfortable. But that's how you grow. But yeah, as long as you, to CJ's point, like just being vulnerable and authentic and transparent, all it can do is just drive you closer to what's really meant for you. Because if you live in a certain way that's not really who you are or how you want to be perceived or how you want to live, you're never going to attract the things that are truly meant for you. And some people don't even have the freedom to really to do the things they want to do or be the people they want to be, and that's a hard battle in itself. But like if you, like some people, like I'll say for example, like all right, they want to have a certain lifestyle that they've been used to living. All right, money not coming in right now. What's more important to you, like the money that's in your bank account, how you live, or how you perceive? Right. So. Right.
They even told me they spazzed out on the board. They said, yo, my coach called, he said, he ain't calling the N-word, but he was like, you fucking dumbass. They told me, he said, Fleet? I was ready.
But you can't.
Yeah.
Because once you get sent on that, it's very hard to get back to your
he got past it. He doing his thing.
But that you brought that up, I was probably like 205. It's probably the heaviest I've ever been in my life. But that was, you know, it was funny because he has a lot of the similar frame that I had as Sim. So we have conversation. Obviously, they want him to get bigger, they want him to get stronger, and all of this stuff. And I'm like, you know, he ain't very similar to me. Like, what do you want me to do? I eat.
I think it's
you know what I'm saying?
On steroids.
But it was like I had to really, like, as hard as bodybuilders do, like, you know what I mean, very strict. I had to become extremely strict about eating every 3 hours, knowing that I'm taking in at least 28 to 3,000 calories and I have to watch how much cardio I'm doing because I already have a high metabolism. So whatever surplus I put on, I'm gonna burn it super quick. So I had to do some mass gaining, but I kind of got off of it because I didn't want to be exposed to it for too long, you know. But I just really ramped up training, like going crazy. Like
I got a question for y'all that played and have played. What's the hardest thing to like maintain physically while you're in season? You're flying all over the place. Like, is it just like the work ethic, or is it just like a mindset thing? Like, what's physically, what do you have to do? Like, what can't you risk not doing on a regular basis, other than like obviously working out, going to the gym and stuff like
Treatment.
that? Treatment.
Yeah, bro.
let y'all both answer that.
Treatment, bro. It's my 5th year of college.
Got some miles.
Everything be hurting.
Those are your favorite people in there, huh?
What? The homies. They've been my homies though. Every school I've been to too. So, but yeah, bro. Take
Shout
care
out
of
to the
everybody,
ATs, man. Y'all do a lot, man.
No cap.
Where it's going.
No cap.
Facts.
But yeah, that just like take care of everybody.
Recovery and stuff.
Yeah, bro.
I'll probably say treatment and making sure you get enough sleep.
That was gonna be my question. I was gonna ask you about like sleep.
Because the days be long, and you don't really have too much time in between to really get like, all right, I can get a good nap in, like, because you either got class or you working out or you just doing something other than having time to just chill and lay down, whether it's tutoring, whatever it is. But that it start to catch up to you. Start to catch up to you for a while.
I'll probably say the hardest thing to maintain for me when it came to that is like the body, until I met one of my close friends, Chris. Shout out to Chris, bro. Because I began educating myself about my particular body, like what's going on with me, where the compensations are, where are the areas of my imbalances, as to why today my back is on fire. Yesterday I was straight. Today my back is on fire. Why is that? Oh, your hips is off balance. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know that. It's not, as a basketball player, you're like, oh yeah, my back bothering me, my hips is probably off.
I ain't gonna lie, that's so
you know what
fast.
I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. My back start hurting. I'll be like, yo. Then I start peeping like how I'm sitting on the couch.
And you're like this.
Or I'm like kind of halfway on my head.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's you know what I'm saying. That's real. I ain't even think of that.
I ain't gonna compare it. I ain't no athlete, but when I'm making art all day,
Go ahead.
I sit down. I'm sitting down for at least 8 hours at a time. So you gonna feel it. Like your hips get tight, everything. If you favoring one side,
that's what I'm saying.
Shaking and
I
shit.
favor my right side. I
And
be
so-
leaning on my right side.
And so when people like, I forget how it's like train like an athlete, hustle like an entrepreneur, and think like something else. You really gotta take care of your body like you a full-time athlete.
You
when
know?
you're doing anything even if you're working 9 to 5, like you gotta make sure your body is right, yo.
And that's everything.
Wear and tear.
We all have different issues, right? So like what, I may have an issue with, these two may have never experienced, right? So I give you a prime example of that. So y'all was talking about this picture over here of me. That was a very tumultuous year for me. Extremely tumultuous year for me. Up and down. I started off that season as an All-American, and I was averaging 27 points a game. And in my fourth after 4 games, and in practice I dislocated my ankle. So when I dislocated my ankle, at the same time,
Was it knees you said?
Nah. It was in a Kobe, but it was but nevertheless, so it dislocated my ankle, but at the same time that was going on, my mom transitioned, right? So that went from like a physical thing of like I'm in a cast, I can't hoop, I can't do nothing, like, to a mental thing of like, how am I going to approach this? How am I going to deal with this, right? And so when I dislocated my ankle, and again, shout out to Chris, he was one to tell, yo, get out the cast. Yo, you gotta tell them to get you out the cast quick. Like, why you say that? And then you just start asking questions. Right. And it's like, yo, what do you mean, right? And I got out the cast. I'm like, yo, you get me out this, put me in the boot. And I sped up my recovery by really locking in on like, okay, so if my ankle is the issue, what other areas is that gonna affect, right? And when you go from being, I was pretty athletic. I could dunk and do different dunks, but that is my strong foot to jump off of, right? So I had to really work on making this equally, right? So it can offset the compensation, because you don't realize it, but it's like, until somebody like Chris is telling me like, yo, you walking mad weird. Like, what you mean? Like, I don't feel like I'm walking mad weird. He's like, yo, you ain't putting no weight on your left foot like that. So he's like, yo, you gotta straighten these things out. Otherwise, the right side gonna start killing you. You know what I'm saying? And that education in and of itself helped me once I went overseas, because then I knew how to take care of myself, right? I knew what questions to ask or how to go about telling them how to help me, right? Not, don't put no ice pack on me or whatever. Nah, yo, you got the band? Give me this band. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, those types of things. And I encourage all athletes, man, it don't matter. Educate yourself about who you are, your body, and make sure that you do the routines that you need to do so that you can perform. And even if you live a sedentary life, 9 to 5, yo, you know, you gotta do these things, man, because whatever goals, dreams you have, the body is the vehicle to getting you there. So, you know, the mind is what sees it and can create it, but the body has to execute it, and it has to be right in order for that to happen. So,
for sure.
But with that being said, man, I'm gonna get ready to wrap things up, because I don't want, you know what I mean, we want to enjoy ourselves and stuff. I ain't even expected to go this long. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys taking your time, you know what I mean, and coming and doing this for me. Be on the lookout, because I'm going to be doing these vlogs soon, where I'll be a little bit more in depth and personal with these guys and others that I work with. Obviously, you know, the podcast. So Flea will be on. Mir, anytime you want to come, you're more than welcome. Kyle, anytime you want to come, you're more than welcome. Don't hate, bro. Don't hate. That is classic. That is a classic.
Wait, you a Cowboys fan?
No question about it.
Brother.
Always have been.
Brother.
Always have been.
We from New Jersey.
Always have been.
We from New Jersey.
Alright, so let me
But you know, back in '74, they only used to play 4 teams on TV.
74.
Yeah, we did you like that. Said they were one of the original 4. First 4. That's crazy.
You know what? You might be on to something. That's the only logical reason why I can see Jersey.
Nah, you know, I'm not even gonna lie. As an adult, I'm not. But when I was young, I got a picture of my favorites. I can show you within 10 seconds. It's little me in the Emmitt Smith jersey. It was popping back in the early 90s.
So let me explain something to you.
I get it.
I'm born 85, not 1938. so by the time I'm 6, I'm watching football, and naturally, like, these kids are Patriots fans, right? That was the run of the Cowboys, right? So I get introduced to the triplets of Michael Irvin, you know, Aikman, and Emmett, right? So I wore the number 22 as a Pee Wee player, right? And then
you thought you was that nigga?
I was.
Alright, pull up the footage then.
That's a VHS.
I want to see it though. Kevin
I
Hartson had both of his basketball footage. That shit was funny. I want to see you one day. Like, yeah, see, I told you. See, look, spin.
But hold on.
You got a picture in here? You spinning on some niggas?
I got like a player card like that. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that I winded up I wore the number 22. I wound up getting my face mask like Deion Sanders. He was the first one with the joints right here. And then the joints right here, the bars right here, the regular quarterback joint. He was the first dude in the league with that. I wound up getting that face mask. And then the last thing I did was I had a pacifier mouthpiece like playmaker, like Michael Irvin. I've always, in any of the teams that I've been a fan of the organization and team. I've never jumped ship because this person or that person. So when people say I'm a Laker fan, right? So how are you a Laker fan? Yo, I remember I used to love Nick Van Exel and Anthony Peeler and Cedric Ceballos and Elgin Campbell and those dudes. That's when I was watching. I wasn't remember, I should have been a Bulls fan. That's Jordan. I'm a Laker fan after Magic. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been that dude who, like, I love my teams. I'm rocking with my teams. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? I will say I'm not feeling my racist ass owner and them talking about dicks and shit like that.
I didn't like that either.
I'm not with none of that. I'm not co-signing none of that.
You didn't see it? Yo, Jerry Jones, they was like,
be talking like slave owners.
Yeah.
He's from that. He from that.
You know what I mean?
All of them are, bro.
Yeah.
If they all look at things the same way from
Absolutely.
owner standpoint.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's like property is property.
Even
Yeah.
if they've adapted the new ways, they still remember what
New-
it was
new
like
way-
when
Oh,
it was
don't,
like.
don't let them
Yeah.
ever get it confused. They'll never let you forget what they did for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I changed his life. Like my physical ability changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
so. Yeah. With that being said, man, be on the lookout for many new, content pieces from myself in the year 2025. I wish these dudes much health for the rest of their seasons. I want to see both of them clash at some point in the Elite Eight, Final Four. A national chip would be amazing to see both of them in the chip together. I'll be torn, but I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? Either way. But yeah.
Kick
and-
their ass.
we started right now.
Oh, brother! Don't get me in the announcer booth on that one. I'm gonna go to the slide over. Get rid of him. I'm gonna be on the mic for that game.
Aggies and Johnnies.
I was going to my savings for that one.
Right.
Yeah, no
I'm
question,
happy.
no question, bro. No question.
I'm courtside.
I'm full
I
ticket.
tell y'all, I was
Oh,
speaking to y'all. I was
ticket.
speaking to your pops literally like 2 days ago. I'll tell y'all what he said after this, but yeah, y'all both gonna get to the tournament. But what he said sounded spicy. You know him talking his shit.
Yeah,
but
word. Shout out to Serge. Shout out to Kim.
Right.
That'd be a crazy parlay for you. Huh?
Oh, I might have to leave that one alone. Cause either way, it's a loss after.
Oh,
Look, guys, I won. Like, one of them looking at me like,
I ain't
yeah,
gonna
nah.
hold you. All I know,
Gotta keep that
I know
on.
10 gonna give me 1-3. I'm gonna get 3 out of his ass. He ain't gonna give me 3.
That's a fact.
And I don't know what the fuck Sim gonna do. Sim might fuck around and bang on a nigga, Euro a nigga. I don't know what the fuck he gonna do. He definitely hit a 3. He gonna shoot about the whole crowd. He gonna be doing that.
Definitely, yeah. For one of them stairs, you could bear on emotions, and one of them stairs, I bet one of them stairs. One of them crazy look at it.
yeah. I'm
Oh,
never
no.
gonna let you live
Why,
that down, bro.
why did you look at that man like that after Zuby dunked him?
What's wrong with Cub?
What you looking like?
Then we'll let you
Yo,
know
he
you look
really
foolish
looked at him
out
like,
there.
nigga, is you
He
stupid?
will let you know.
He said, "Oh, he didn't read the scout."
That's how we know he be locked in. I looked him in as soon as he locked in.
All right, man. Thank y'all for the holiday edition, and we out.